What's good, everybody? It's your boy Jay Smooth back with Elite Line Sports. Today we're deep diving the ACC championship between Duke and Virginia. Duke is catching 4.5, and I'm going to tell you exactly why this number is live. Virginia comes in as a 4.5 point favorite, total sitting at 57.5, and they won their first meeting earlier this season 34-17 against Duke. But this is a very different matchup, and this number might be tighter than people think. Duke has an explosive offense that can flip this game. They come in one of the most explosive offenses in the ACC, sitting at 34.6 points a game, second in the conference, and number one in passing yards. Quarterback Darian Mensah is elite, and when he gets into a rhythm, Virginia's defense has struggled when most teams attack the sidelines and outside releases. So if Duke schemes it right, more spacing, more one-on-one matchups outside, Mensah could get rolling. The other thing is that Duke has a massive improvement since its first meeting. Virginia shut down Duke first time, held Mensah to season lows, and that won't happen again. Duke has had horrible offensive execution early, gave up a pick six, took sacks, never established rhythm, and since then they beat North Carolina. They dropped 49 points on Wake Forest. This is a different Duke offense, more balanced, more confident, and way more dangerous. The psychology puts pressure on edge on Virginia. So this is where things get interesting. Virginia wins, they're in the college playoff. If you know what that means, the pressure is on them. Duke, they're playing with house money. They got here through tiebreakers. Nobody expects them to win, and teams like that are scary in championship settings. Loose teams make explosive plays. Tight teams make mistakes. The other angle is that it's hard to beat a good team twice. We hear it all the time, but the deep dive says it's real. In college football rematches, the underdog often closes the gap, and new winners show up half the time. Virginia played near perfect the first time. Duke beat themselves. Play a clean game today, and this matchup moves much more closer to a field goal type game. Duke has the tools to turn this into a shootout. The total again is at 57.5, pointing towards points. So if we get a shootout, Duke has the firepower to hang around. The running back duo between Shepard and Castle has turned this into a balanced offense. 5 rushing TDs last game. If Duke is scoring touchdowns instead of field goals, they can absolutely keep this within 4.5. Duke's defense is bad but timely. Yeah, Duke has the 124th ranked defense in the red zone, but it's not great. But they forced 4 turnovers against Wake Forest. In a championship game, one time the turnover could be worth 7 to 10 points against the spread, and that's all you're going to need with a 4.5 point spread like this. So between Duke's explosive offense, their big improvement since their first matchup, the pressure sitting squarely on Virginia, the fact that it's tough to beat a good team twice, I'm rolling with Duke plus 4.5. The Blue Devils keep this competitive and cover the number. This is your boy with Jay Smooth with Elite Line Sports. Let's cash.